Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you say...
I did. I do. Speak it.
It is. His name is Lodgok. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing?
Of course. How exciting.
I think he simply wants to show me something that...
Good to hear. Good to hear.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have... Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but...
Have you ever spoken direct?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. I cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course.
Seems a pleasant enough little place. I know what that means. Merlin trial. A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time. A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here.
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lodgok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, bagaglio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door, or...
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult.
Our mate and I can...
I will await you. I shall see you soon.
The door is looking at us.
Yes, of course. Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine. Here. I've read about mines like this. Seeing one is something else altogether.
We need to be careful. As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
You ought to cut back on pudding. Mistook you for a troll the other day.
Lucas Totalis.
One less human. Put me down! Let's get it.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word. Thank you.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Wow, a schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgov empty-headed. Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Patrolling this area is a waste of my time.
Don't have time for this.
I've been fighting since before you were around.
I won't. Someone's been taken out.
Goblin! Release me!
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Confringo! Accio! Revelio. Revelio.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Confringo! Bombarda! Confringo!
We'll reclaim what is rightfully ours.
You'll see.
Lucas Totalis. Revelio.
Run the other way when they see me, humans do. Every time.
Lucas Totalis.
Your little magistrate won't distract me!
Pity. Not quite so Not quite.
Bombarda! Arresto Memento.
I've been fighting since before you were born.
Why, such arrogance.
What's going on, little moon calf?
You look tired.
Arresto Memento. Confringo. Stupefied.
There you
Easily dive.
I won't rest. How nice of you to stop by. I'm famished.
Arrest him!
I won't rest.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
Avelia.
Revelio. Aquí. Confringo. Here.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed. Can we please?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a life.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if...
Understood? Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade. Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not...
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then...
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lord Gog, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Anna's getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented...
I wonder if I'm safe to explore in...
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that...
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to... If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it.
I'd be interested to know what else...
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect it's worthy of further...
I'm ready to explore the catacomb.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you.
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we... I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this. I'm sure that foul smell is the
Revelio.
scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Accio. Opening all of these is tempting. Confringo. Leviosa. Accio.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Confringo. Accio.
All this grass, it no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
Confringo. And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though. Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar. Accio. Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to...
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Confringo! Leave no stone unturned. Or, in this case, no bone. Accio! Leviosa! Guardian Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
Lots of bone rattling.
We're in a tune. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Wingardium Leviosa!
You've done it! I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized
Revelio.
The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Omen. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may...
Shouldn't I know more about what the...
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curse, you have to mean it.
It's probably why...
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save you. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master. Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Confringo!
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it? Confringo! Accio!
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.